Hi, this is Simon from CramTheExam. In this video we're going to have a look at the answers to the exercise which you can find in the link just below this video. But before we have a look at the exam question, first of all I'd like to say that these excellent materials were found at Flo-Joe.com, which is the place on the web for Cambridge exam preparation. So after you check your answers, go to Flo-Joe.com to do more exam questions. Okay, the exam question. Did you do the exam question and exam conditions? Have you got the text and answers in front of you now? Did you have a look at the links in the description below, which gives you excellent help and advice about how to do the question? Okay, then let's have a look at your answers. To choose the correct answer for question number 1, we've got to be particularly aware of the context and, more importantly, sentence structure. If we pay attention to the context, we find out that we need a contrast word to contrast the idea in the second sentence against the idea presented in the first sentence. Well, there are 3 contrast words to choose from in the answers that we've got. Which one is correct? Well, in order to get that right, we've got to have a look at the sentence structure, because 2 of those options that we can choose from are subordinate conjunctions. And subordinate conjunctions need subordinate clauses, which need a main clause in the sentence. And if we have a look at sentence number 2, we can see that there is no subordinate clause and there is no main clause. There is just one clause, which means that the answer can only be from the point of view of sentence structure, yet, because yet is a conjunction, and conjunctions can join 2 single clause sentences together. Question number 2, easy peasy lemon squeezy. What we've got to do here is pay attention to the preposition which follows the gap. And if we bear that in mind, we can work out very quickly that only one of the answers collocates with that preposition, and that is C, carries on. All of the other answers need a different preposition or a different language structure for that word to fit into the sentence. Question number 3 is a little bit of a tricky question. We've got to choose a word which is going to be an emphatic word. It's going to communicate a message in an emphatic way. But which word communicates the correct emphatic message? Well, there's only one word that fits the context of what's being discussed here, and that is just. Just means the same as exactly. So just to stay alive, or exactly in order to stay alive, we have to ... To get the answer right for question number 4, we have to pay particular attention to what is happening after the gap. After the gap, we can see that we're talking about 2 things. Well, there's only 2 answers in the 4 that we've got that allow us to talk about 2 things, and that is neither and either, or neither and either, depending on how you say that. Well, if we have a look at the structure, we see that there is no negative being used, which means that we can't use neither or neither. We have to use instead either or either. For question number 5, we have to choose the correct word which completes the linker which connects the idea in the sentence before to the idea being discussed in this sentence. And this linker is one that communicates some form of conclusion. Well, the expression, if you don't know it already, I'm sure it's pretty clear, is as a result. For question number 6, we've got to choose an answer which collocates with the plural noun demands. Which of these answers collocates with demands? And of course only one answer, one of these verbs collocates with demands, and that is to make demands. So here the answer is D. For question number 7, we've got to choose the only correct answer which fits the language pattern that we've got, and that is infinitive, us, plus adjective, and there are a number of adjectives that follow. Given this particular language structure, there is only one of these answers that fits that without having to make massive changes to the sentence structure, which is of course something that we can't do, and that answer is keep, to keep us, plus adjective. For question number 8, we have to choose an answer which collocates with the adverb that follows the gap, which is indefinitely. And we've got to choose an answer which in some way reflects the context of what's being talked about, and that is the idea of time. Well, we've got 2 options that we can choose from. We can either say last or we can say remain. Given the context that we're talking about resources, we know that resources after a period of time will eventually diminish, so they won't just remain forever and ever and ever, so the answer here can only be last. Okay, I hope you managed to get most, if not all, of the answers correct. If you'd like to see more videos which cover the free and public available exam questions on the internet, then check out our Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you want to do exam questions from the leading course books like Gold, Expert and Ready 4, then please go to CramTheExam.com, where, for the cost of 1 hour's work with a teacher, you can get a month's access to all the video teaching resources for all of the course books we have on the site. That's right, one small monthly payment and access to everything at CramTheExam.com.